Hello and welcome back to another Warcraft video. This time it is going to be about the new female models. These have only just been previewed on the official blog, and honestly I'm actually really impressed. I was kind of worried they'd messed things as kind of core as a human up, but they've actually done a fantastic job in actually making this model look like a human, instead of just some sort of ridiculously hyper-stylized thing. That, of course, that's not necessarily saying that hyper-stylized is bad. But anyway, so there is a major blog post coming up with it, and I'll cover that in a bit, but first of all, let's just look at the four pictures, or at least four slides that Blizzard gave us. So, the very first slide, well, it's the basic human-female model, kind of from front on view, and in comparison to the old one, well, the first thing you'll notice is the polygon count has increased massively. You can really see that in things like around the chin, the eyes, nose, basically all those areas. They look more smooth, they look more human. That's all very good. In terms of the actual skin tone, this is probably one of the things that I think is really good. It's far better lit. That actually gives a lot more definition to the face, and it means that kind of just overall the fidelity kind of looks a lot better. And in around things like the eyes, you can also see pretty decent shadowing. Things like eyebrows actually look proper. Like, just in comparison to the old one, it really is very impressive in terms of a graphical leap up. The only problem right now is that the hair, to me, does look like it's got too many jaggy edges. That is a bit of an issue, but honestly, I think that that's the kind of thing that will probably be fixed. Because honestly, like, this isn't final, I guess. If they're only showing it now, there's still a lot of time for this expansion to come out. Anyway, next, let's go on to the next picture they gave us. First of all, on the full body thing, first thing I want to say is, congratulations, Blizzard. You've actually given a very well-balanced female model that actually looks like a human female instead of something that's utterly ridiculous looking. So I actually think that that's really impressive. I guess I always thought the World of Warcraft human females looked pretty reasonable. The males looked absolutely absurd, of course, and I really am keen to see what they're like. But right now, this female model it looks like a normal human. That really is kind of impressive, I guess. It's nearly sad that we need to say that's impressive. But anyway, the other part of this is different hairstyles. Basically, it's the same old ones, but with a lot more fidelity. They did say, and I'm pretty sure that there is going to be new customization options in terms of hair, so probably different styles, which is of course great. But as for these current styles that they've shown off now, they look very good, and overall it just benefits from the fact that there's a little bit better quality in terms of colors, lighting, and all those various elements. So yeah, well done, Blizzard. On to the next one. Well, we see like a different full body shot, and I mean, yeah, whatever, looks like a person, I guess. I think actually it might be nice if there was body options in terms of, and I mean this for every model, including the males, everything. Just for like, I think Elder Scrolls Online did it pretty well. Of course, we've already seen character customization in a video that they put out, but you have a slider for muscle mass and you have another one for fat, and I think that if you can sort of move them together, that does mean that your character's body looks a little bit more personalized to you. But I think as a base, they're doing pretty well, honestly. In terms of the hairstyles, again, the ones they showed off here are different, and they all look very good. I'd be very interested to see, though, if the ones with the longer kind of hair going down the back, like a ponytail or anything, just like if they're actually going to have decent physics simulation. I think that really is important, and for players who choose to hide a helm, it's really important that they just don't get a subpar kind of graphic experience for that, and right now, they kind of do. That said, personally, I do hide the helm because I often think they don't really look too great, but that's besides the point. Anyway, moving on to the very final thing, just some more shots. You can definitely see the ridiculous increase in quality from the face, and I mean, yeah, these models are just damn good. And what really impresses me a little bit, and I guess we didn't really see this a lot of the other models they revealed, the lighting is actually really solid. And I think that's really important. So anyway, that's a quick look at the female model. Now for some of the things that Chris himself said. Basically, this model that we just looked at has got one face type, one skin variation, and is completely without animation. The reason they do that is because they can hand over a blank version to the animation team, so they can therefore have a little bit more of a clean slate to work off. But still, there are going to be different face types, different skin colors, and all that different stuff. So in terms of the main blog post, he basically just said that they're going to be overhauling every character model as we knew, and this is going to include any in-game permutations of these models. For an example, Dark Iron Dwarves and Leaper Gnomes, they're all going to see this graphical upgrade. It's fundamental, and it covers some very kind of new things like scars, wrinkles, moles, earrings, there'll be new hairstyles, and then polished versions of the current animations. Basically, the main goal is to increase fidelity while ensuring that every single character feels the same, which is absolutely a very good goal. It's really important they don't fundamentally change characters because a lot of people are attached to the character the way it is, So if they go and fuck with that, then people are going to feel a little bit disconnected. Anyway, so in terms of the technical stuff that he said, well, basically the polygon count has in some cases went from under 1,000 to being over 5,000, and texture revolutions? No, texture resolutions have been more than doubled, and they have done over 3,600 animations. Now, since some older animations were polished up, perhaps that doesn't seem like as much work, but they are moving on to a completely new animation rig, so I just need to assume that they had to remake all of them. That is quite a lot of work. They're also going to be using some of the new tech that they developed for the Pandaren. This gives better facial expressions and animation smoothness, which is very important. Anyway, so that's pretty much it. These base models are completely devoid of animation or anything or like emotion, so that the animators have a clean slate. And that's really it. Final word. They decided to put this model preview out the night before I have a big exam, so thank you for that, Blizzard. And anyway, thank you for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please thumbs up and all that cool stuff, and I'll see you in the next video.
You have an exam tomorrow! You should be studying, you fuck!